favorite valves. I think my top three are probably the ACF style valve that has the two handles, gives you a lot of control. You can open one side with its own handle and open the other side with its own handle. Next favorite is probably the Norson, with the same principle, two handles. You know, each handle controls one half of the valve across the bottom of the car, across the tube that runs side to side on the rail car. And then probably after that, the old Youngstown steel door design, which is one handle similar to this. Now it's made by Miner. YSD isn't in the business anymore. This is ESCO. This is a venerable one-handle valve, and you can control. You can't open one side without opening the other. It's like the Miner and the other two. You don't have individual separate controls for each side, but the main thing I don't like about ESCO valves is when they get old, they leak right around here. In fact, a lot of times on newer ESCO valves, I'll find a little piece of vinyl, like a rubberized vinyl like you would see in a place where you got those hanging flaps when you go into a freezer room. Made out of that kind of material. Only they fall out. They don't stay in. And eventually the stuff inside wears out, and then you end up having these valves leak as you're pumping out. Other thing with ESCO valves is, and you gotta look at it, you gotta read the instructions. See that top position? You got a thing that looks like a Phillips head, and you got a thing that looks like a flathead. Well, the flathead says closed. Well, duh, look at it before you put the handle on it. If you see it like that, it's closed. Then you got near side sample. And what do you know? Near side sample, a little bit of material. Put near side halfway, remember that little flathead that's marked to where the flathead mark is? And boom. This near side is now halfway. Now I'm going to close it back off. And then I'm going to turn the handle the other way, and you can see what the far side of it looks like. Near side clear. Alright, you can see the light pretty good through there now. Now I'm going to open the far side of the sample. As soon as that far side starts to open, you'll notice the suction drop here on the near side. I'm going to open the far side to half. You can see the near side doesn't have any material dropping, the far side does. Now where people get confused is they assume it's the handle position that has to point at these things that makes it. But the handle only works in conjunction to where the Phillips head is. So if I turn the handle at 90 degrees of Phillips head. Now my handle's pointing at near side sample, but I'm not near side sample. I'm where the Phillips head is. I'm far side half open. If you turn it all the way over, there's a handle on each side of the car. By doing this, I'm actually shaking the handle on the other side of the car off, just like this one came off. Now I got Phillips head on the top. The Phillips head on the top, washed out only. So right now, it's open all the way along the top, both sides. You don't want to do that when you're trying to pump resin. It's like you put your plumbing in your house. I'm closing it off now. And you just put vents where your drains are. Well, your sinks aren't going to drain very well because you have to have air behind water for a sink to drain. Well, in the case of pumping resin, resin is a solid. I mean, even if it's in granules and pellets, it kind of flows. Very similar to water, but even more dense. You got to have air behind the resin for the resin to flow. So I'm going to go back to where it's closed off, cleared it out, near side, half open. I'm really close to pump room. I might go a little bit past half open. In fact, I'm real close to pump room. I'm gonna go most of the way open on this side, but I'm not gonna flip it open to where both sides are open. So some people get confused by the handle design on these. They look at where the handle is and they think that controls wherever the handle's pointing is what the handle's doing. Well, yeah, but only if this handle is lined up with the flat head and hooked onto that flat head. You can see the handle comes off. It makes it very useful for it to be able to do that. But if you take that handle off, well, it's not on the flat head. It's not going to, the picture corresponding is only the handle's only doing what it says if you've got that handle lined up on the flat head. So that's a little bit about ESCO valves and plastic pumping from rail.